lightlingsource.com. The watch we're looking at today is the Eterna Moonphase Mono Pusher Chronograph. Eterna is one of those brands that I've just, something about them just draws me towards the watches. I really love the designs of most of their watches, and I think that for the most part a lot of their watches are undervalued. So the one I'm looking at today is pretty unique because Eterna has taken an ETA 7751 and they've modified it so that the chronograph uses a monopusher mechanism. So instead of using a separate reset button as the start and stop pusher, they've incorporated it all into a single button. Let me show you how that works here. So this is normally where the start and stop is, and typically on a 7751 you'll see the reset down at the bottom, but here you can see the start and the stop and reset all in one button. Now I suppose one of the limitations of having that type of movement is that you can't stop the chronograph and then restart it again, but given that for the most part it's just it's more a gimmick, so to speak, than anything else, just sort of a horological achievement. It's not really a functional feature. It's just to show off what they can do, which is kind of cool. You'll notice that the Moonphase is there at 6 o'clock with no hand above it. Usually the chronograph hour, the hour subdial is there. That means that this chronograph only counts up to 29 minutes and 59 seconds, after which it just restarts again at 0 minutes. The other feature that's inherent in the ETA 7751 is the 24-hour hand there. As you can see, they're both very similar. The second hand is the one that's still moving, and the 24-hour hand is there, letting you know that it is 3 p.m. as opposed to 3 a.m. The calendar, Sunday, October, and the date is the 31st, and that's the long pointer date that goes around the outside here. The date on this movement, the month and the day on this movement, the month and the date on this movement are set by turning the crown, which changes the month every time you make a full cycle of the date. In order to change the day of the week, there's a pusher here on the side of the case. The Moonphase also changes via the crown. The Moonphase pusher is Moonphase Mono Pusher is a 42mm dress watch, so it's quite large. Crocodile strap, beautiful crocodile strap with one of the nicer deployant buckles I've had recently. Not so much the construction of the interior, but of the outside here. And then the 2-button releases on the side here. It's quite pretty. You can see the 42mm size is a good, decent size, almost befitting of a sports watch, but in the package that's a dress watch. You might have noticed earlier that when you're looking at the dates on the side here, there's sort of a reflection, or like another set of numbers. What that is actually an angled mirror polished chapter ring, as you can see from the reflection here. And it's actually it's pretty amazing if you can see it in real life. It's extremely reflective, and it makes the dial look so much more spacious and adds like an extra depth to it. The sunburst pattern that they used on the dial on the silver, it looks fantastic too. And the subtleties of like the blue hands for the chronograph and the silver hands for the time. All very, very nice features. Applied indexes. So Eterna Moonphase Monopusher Chronograph. Hope you enjoy the review.